This exclusive Washington Commanders coverage is being brought to you by BossUp Summer Camp in Bowie, Maryland, from June the 23rd to August the 22nd, 2025. Why choose BossUp Summer Camp? This isn't just another summer camp. It's an investment on your child's future. Limited spots are available. Enroll today. You can reach us by phone at 202-951-5145 or www.bossupsummercamp.com. Now, stay tuned at the end of this video to get more information on Boss Up Summer Camp.
And then they go out and they get Laramie, Debo, Josh Connolly. What was your reaction to those moves, and especially like a guy like Debo, who's, you know, you can have a lot of connection with?
I mean, obviously it's exciting when you're able to get players like that have been producing this league for some time. So I was most definitely excited. I was excited to get to work with them.
Hey, Jayden, good to see you. How was it navigating this offseason coming off the year that you had?
I mean, it was fun just to, you know, sit back and reflect and, you know, figure out how I'm going to move throughout this offseason and move forward. But other than that, you know, just living life, still working and training.
The internet has a lot of questions about whether you've gotten a little stronger or bulked up a little bit. What was that part of the off seasons to try to work on getting a little bit bigger, and if so, what'd you do?
I was just in the weight room, just working out. You know, you're always trying to improve in different areas, but I don't know what to say about that. Just let the people talk about it.
Jayden, for a guy like you that is just so focused on football all the time, do you have to force yourself to unplug a little in the off season?
Yeah, I think I did. Obviously, you want to get back to it after you know how the season ended, but it's good for you to kind of, you know, unplug and find different ventures and, you know, live a little bit.
Cliff talked about how this year it's different. It's not as much implementation of a playbook. Now you guys know the playbook. So what are you kind of focused on in this set of OTAs that's a lot different than it would have been last year?
Getting on the same page with the guys. There's some guys that played with me last year, some new guys, so trying to get them up to speed and teach them how I see it through my lenses.
Cliff said this was a hungry group. You kind of mentioned it, but how is the culture from year one to year two? If things carried over, or I know the NFC Championship left a sour taste in your mouth. Like, what is the feeling of this squad in May?
Yeah, I think it's it's a standard set. You know, you got the core guys that set the standard, and you know, we got those guys back, so we're bringing in new people, and you know, we're holding them to that standard. But we know everything is not going to be given to us. We got to go out there and earn it each and every day.
And you mentioned second year with the same system, same coordinator. What does that do for a quarterback in terms of the muscle memory of knowing that you have the same offense and you don't have to learn a whole new system?
I mean, the main thing is just being comfortable. Like I said, familiar with the play call, familiar how you call plays, and you know what we're trying to accomplish, play in and play out.
Sorry to go back to this, but was there any concerted effort on your part to try to, you know, put on more muscle in the off season?
Nah, I was just working out. It wasn't like I need to eat this amount much. No, it was just go out there, have a plan, and, you know, naturally just put on weight.
And having a full off season, not doing draft prep and all that other stuff, how much does that change things for you? How does it help you?
Yeah, I mean, you just had so much time and, you know, freedom to kind of do what you want. So it's difficult trying to navigate that, but you lean on people closest to you, and obviously, you know, you got to keep the end goal in mind. And, you know, you're trying to get better each and every day, and, you know, you're trying to progress each and every season, each and every month and snap.
What are some of those things that you want Debo to see through your lens or others?
I think that's a conversation between me and him. Can't really give out too many secrets. So, I mean, just, you know, how I see different coverages and stuff like that.
And for you and Cliff, obviously he was pretty collaborative last year. I guess what are some of the things that you can do to grow in your relationship and grow in the offense?
Just transparency and stuff like that. This is what I was comfortable with. This is what he likes, and, you know, how can we find a middle ground to obviously expand, you know, the playbook and still have our core plays.
Hey, Jayden, just one from me for you today. I just wanted to ask you how you were doing. We know we all know that you lost a close friend, Kyren, Lacy, this off season. So just how are you?
I'm good. It's a tough little situation. Obviously, somebody close to me, and mental health was real. So, but I do appreciate you asking. But I'm good.
Jayden, anybody, anywhere, anytime was the mantra that was on the walls. When we left last season, coming back and seeing all the primetime games, and you just wanted to be on the spotlight. How excited are you when you see the schedule and to know that there's going to be so many opportunities for this team to be on display?
I think that mantra still stands. I don't think we're looking at it as we play a Monday night or Sunday night. We're just looking at it like, we're playing this opponent this week on a Sunday, on a Monday. It doesn't matter if we play them on Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, we're just going out there and playing football.
Jen, you mentioned you spent a lot of time in the workroom or in the gym working out. How good did it feel today to get back on the field, put a helmet on, and throw some footballs to your new teammates?
I love football, so it's very refreshing to go out there and practice again and have some fun.
Jayden, the additions to the offensive line, Connerly, Tunsil, as a quarterback, what does that do for you? What was your reaction to see kind of the upgrades in the O-line, and how does that help you as a quarterback?
Those are good additions that we brought in, and obviously what Adam and his side of the building is doing. You got to trust them with everything that's going on. So, obviously, I'm excited. Those are two great individuals, and we got even more that they brought in. So, I'm excited to, get to work with them and still progress and, get ready for camp.
With your success last year, your popularity is skyrocketing across the NFL, and you're doing a great job of remaining grounded and not kind of getting caught up, with the outside stuff. How do you do that? Like, is that a challenge of just trying to, put the blinders on in a sense?
I've never been the type of individual that I could say looks for fame. I'm a very introverted individual, so I just go out there and live my life how I live it. I don't really go too many places. I didn't before that, so I don't think that's going to change for me either.
Jayden, a year ago, you were one of the top picks, obviously, in the draft. There was a ton of hope, a ton of potential for you. Now coming into year two, you are widely considered one of the top quarterbacks, if not the best players in the league. How does that adjust your mentality as you come into this year?
I don't think it does. I just think I got to go out there and prove myself each and every day. Like, no matter if it was last season, this season, or, 10, 20 years down the road, you got to prove yourself each and every season.
And kind of down along the same lines, this team a year ago, there weren't a ton of expectations for the team. Nowadays, again, around the national media, this team has high hopes. How do you lead this team towards where you're going?
Yeah, outside noise doesn't matter. You got to go out there and, like I said, keep proving yourself.
When the team brings in a bunch of these new receivers, whether they're rookies or free agents, how do you go about kind of getting a feel for their game? Do you go back and watch kind of some of the stuff that they've done in the past and kind of project how you're going to work with them, or how do you get to know them?
I think it's different. I think you go back and watch some tape and you get an idea. That's what they're good at. This their weaknesses, their strengths, but all that changes to you. That doesn't mean anything until you get live reps with each other and see how they move or see how they run certain routes or how they catch the football. So the live reps are very valuable.
And there are a lot of players who make jumps from their first season to second season, on the field, off the field, around. For yourself as kind of a leader, obviously being the quarterback, how do you see kind of your leadership role expanding as you go into the second season? Or how do you attack leadership, I guess, as you go into the second season?
Continue to be myself.
Last one. Just with Terry not being here during this phase, how do you stay in touch with them? How do you kind of stay on the same page with them?
Me and Terry got a good relationship outside of football, so obviously he got to handle what he has to handle, and but that doesn't change anything. The fact that he's a part of our brotherhood. We know Terry's working and everything, so we got to get better, and he knows he got to get better each and every day.
Did you add weight or just how much? How much?
That's up for grabs. I don't know.
Hey, future leaders, are you ready for the most epic summer ever? Get set to unlock your potential and have a blast doing it. Welcome to BossUp Summer Camp. Ignite your curiosity with incredible STEM adventures. Dive into the wonders of science, technology, engineering, and math. It's hands-on learning that makes discovering the world exciting and fun. Get ready to build amazing things with your own hands. Learn how to assemble and pilot incredible drones. Experience the thrill of seeing your creations take flight and explore new perspectives. Unleash your inner innovator. Learn to code, create apps, build games, and bring your digital ideas to life. Coding isn't just a skill, it's a superpower for the future. Develop essential teamwork and leadership skills. Collaborate with new friends on exciting projects. Learn how to communicate, problem solve, and work together to achieve amazing results. It's not all work. It's tons of fun too. Enjoy exciting weekly field trips and make memories that will last a lifetime. Every day is an adventure packed with learning and laughter. Don't miss out on the ultimate summer experience. Build skills, make friends, and become a boss this summer. Sign up for BossUp Summer Camp today.